Okay, in this video I'm going to help you with the seal cover. I wouldn't jump ahead and follow along in this video because we're working with a metric here. So for example, the cutting plane line will be created a little bit differently, using different dimensions than what we used before. Also, projecting from an arc or a circle is a little bit different than you would project from an edge, so you might want to stick around. Plus, if you're not familiar with the counterboard note and things like that, there's plenty that you can learn here. And also, I'm going to introduce the chamfer command. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and start off with our our front view, and I'm just going to create these on the visible layer. So I'm going to draw a circle, and the diameter for the first circle will be 134. Make sure you enter a diameter and not a radius. Okay, you can always check by clicking on the circle, and if you have your properties palette open, you can look next to diameter. Okay. Okay, so the going around the circle, well, if you look at the right side view, you'll see that there's a 45-degree by 4 chamfer. Okay. We don't actually know how that circle will, we're not given a specific diameter for the circle for our front view. But if you have a 45-degree chamfer, okay, in one side, then you also know the other side length. Okay. So in this case, we're given a 45-degree chamfer on the right side of on the right side view, and a length of 4. So our other side, because it's a 45-degree chamfer, the other side is also 4. If it were not a 45-degree, you wouldn't be able to say that. But let's just offset our front view by 4, and we may want to double check that before we submit, but the perpendicular distance from the outside circle to the inside circle is the distance of 4. Okay. Okay, so let's create the counterbores. All right. So I think what I'll do is let me go to my center layer, and I'll go ahead and create. I'll go ahead and create the circle that all the holes and counterbores line up on. Okay, and you can see that has a diameter of 96. Okay, so I want to look for the center. And remember, when you have more than one circle or arc sharing a common center point, they're known to be concentric. That's the name of the word when more than one circle shares a common center point. So the diameter for this will be 96. Okay, and we also have a hidden line in there, but we're not specifically given dimensions for that hidden circle inside. But we can see from the right side view that circle has a diameter of 64. Okay, and I drew it on the wrong layer, but I can select it and then select hidden, and now it's on the correct layer. Okay, so double checking my measurements, diameter of 96, and this should be a diameter of 64. Okay, so now let's get back to what I was going to do and create the counterbore. Okay, so if you have your quadrant snap turned on, you can just go straight to the circle command in your visible layer. And the reason I say quadrant snap is because you have that quadrant snap at the top of the circle, which is where the first counterbore is located. Okay, now the way you read that note is 2 times diameter 12 through, counterbore diameter 18, depth 12. Okay, so the small hole has a diameter of 12. The counterbore, which is the outside circle, that has a diameter of 18, and the part that has a diameter of 18 has a depth of 12. Okay, so from here I want to draw a circle with a diameter of 12, and then draw another circle with a diameter of 18. Okay, now let me take advantage of the rotate command, and I'll just rotate this into place. So RO, enter, and I will specify this is my base point. Now I want to copy, so C, enter, and since I'm rotating this clockwise, I think I need to enter a negative angle. I may regret saying that, but enter a negative 60 rotation angle. Okay, and it rotates that into place. Okay, so the the drilled holes, the 3 drilled holes, none of them are actually on any of the main axes. Okay, but that's not a problem. We can just use our polar tracking and then find out where the 30-degree angle is, okay, which is showing up as 120 right now. Remember, it's measured from the horizontal. Okay, so I want to create a new circle, and the center point needs to be at the intersection of the bolt circle and the angled line that I just created with a diameter of 14. Okay, and let me just erase that line. Okay, so the next hole around is 75 degrees. All right, so let me rotate, and I'll just copy. I'll select the center as my base point and type C, enter, so I can copy. And the rotation angle, I'm going counterclockwise this time, so I can just enter 75. Okay, and it puts that in the correct place. Now the hole over here, it appears to actually be mirrored across. Okay, and if we do a little bit of math there, 45 plus 60 plus 30 is 135. The hole over here is located 105. Oh, well, actually, the 60 plus 45 and then 30 plus 75 are both 105. So yes, this other hole is mirrored across. So let's use the mirror command. So I'll select the objects, make sure that you snap on the center point, and you have your polar tracking turned on, so you get an angle, a line going straight down, not a line, but a mirror line straight down. And once you see that green dash, left click, erase source objects, in, no, okay, and then enter, and now you've placed the drilled holes. Okay, so we've looks like we've pretty much created all of our front view, and now we can work on the right side view. And so let's switch to our construction layer. Make sure that you have your quadrant snap turned on. You really need that for what we're about to do. You always project from the tangent point of an arc or a circle when you're projecting for the other for an adjacent view. Okay, so let's use X line, enter, and let's use the horizontal construction line, and let's choose the quadrants of the larger circles, and I think that's all we'll worry about, at least for now. Okay, so from there, let's use our visible line. We're not actually given any spacing dimensions between views like we were before. Not an issue though. So let's draw this line straight down. Okay, this is going to be the back of the object. Okay, right now this is I'm calling this our front view. This will be our back edge. So I want to offset by 38 to the left. Okay, and then I will just go ahead and close the box here.